Hey YouTube, it's Lish. Thanks for checking out my channel. Today's video is our 4-month Gina Curl update, and this is 4 months post my first retouch. One thing about having the Gina Curl for 4+ months is around month 4 you really start to notice not only the new growth, because when you're detangling there's a lot more detangling work to do in the shower because of the new growth, but number 2, like the texture, depending on how tight you got your Gina Curl curls, you really start to notice the difference between your natural texture and the texture of the Gina Curl, especially because with time the hair that has been processed starts to elongate and the curls start to loosen. So while these curls are loosening, my natural texture just coming in all, thick and curly, zigzaggy. So you can't really notice that right now, but what I'll do is I'll insert some pics or some video clips of like when I freshly wash my hair at 4 months, what it looks like, and what it looks like after I put some fresh product on it and diffuse it. About it for diffusing, and then I let it air dry from there. But a couple of notes: when I'm diffusing, I like to take the longer pieces and scrunch them up as I'm diffusing so it can dry in a more scrunched up state. And then the short pieces in the back, I actually like to stretch them out and elongate them while I'm drying / diffusing to keep them at a longer length. And by doing that, I kind of keep it in this circular form, which is what I like. Diffusing is so important and I haven't really talked much about diffusing because I haven't really been diffusing up until about a month ago, really. And I don't know what I was doing before. Before diffusing. Why was I just letting my hair air dry? Like, it's cool, you can let your hair air dry, but I would say you can let your hair air dry for maybe the first 3 months. The difference is so apparent now between the natural hair and your processed hair that I'd rather it be dry and get some volume and look like a fro like this than it be like quote unquote stringy looking because it's still drying. Hence why you need a diffuser. And for the longest, I mean, don't make fun of me, but I didn't know what a diffuser was. I thought it was like a whole like product in and of itself, but it's really just this piece right here. If you have this piece that goes on your blow dryer, you just use this. And I don't put it on the hot setting. The highest I put it is warm. Ooh, that's how I dry my hair these days. If it's like wet, like on a wash day, for instance, or if for some reason my hair is just drenched in water. Like, you know, I don't really go in the shower with shower caps or things like that. So if my hair gets a little wet, it's usually fine. But if for some reason I dip my head in the shower water, then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and diffuse. After I get out the shower, I put in my products and what have you. So yeah, I guess that's a tip slash advice slash my experience I'm sharing with you on how diffusing helps with the longevity of your Gina Curl style. Yeah, all that. I'm ready for my retouch already. This doesn't have anything like wrong with it. Like I loved rocking my hair today. You know, actually some random guy was like, I like your hair. And I'm like, thanks. Like, you know, it still looks really good at 4 months. I'll show it to you kind of close up. This is what we looking like. Okay. So kind of like fluffy, soft curls is what we looking like. As far as products, same products I've been using mostly for the past few months. Camille Rose products. We can do some measurements, okay? I did bring my tape measure. For those that are like, where are you? This is not your room, your usual background. I know. It's nice though, right? I like it. I'm on vacation for my cousin's 2nd year anniversary, okay? But I thought, why not utilize the surroundings and make some other videos, because I love this. I love brick, y'all. I don't live on the East Coast, but I love brick. I really do. So anyway, without further ado, let me get the tape measure. Let's get into some measurements. Okay, before we do, one more thing. I want to note that as time goes on with your Gina Curl, it may seem like you're losing more and more hair in the shower. Not to say you're like balding, because you're not balding, but because you have all that new growth coming in, there's more detangling. The process of detangling in the shower, I finger detangle, always tends to have like an outcome of like maybe this much like shedded hair. I want to say mostly shedded hair because again, these are very long strands. But you know, your hair is most vulnerable when it's wet, so maybe I'm a little heavy-handed. I probably am a little heavy-handed, but I just want to make sure I don't have like knots, especially like close to where the new growth is, right? And when I do have knots, I kind of just do this thing where I like kind of pry it open. Anyway, let's get the tape measure. Where I put the tape measure. That would be nice. Come with me. You ain't here, tape measure. I need you. I need you. You are taking me outside. All you down to, baby, a distraction, baby. All right, tape measure time. Tape measure time. I said it's tape measure time. Tape measure time. I'm about to be late. Okay, let's start with some chunky chunks. We're gonna start with this chunk right here. Okay. I don't, you can kind of see my scalp, kind of can't, but it's fine. We're gonna start with this chunk. We're gonna start at the root. We're gonna pull on this tape measure. What are we looking at? 10, 11? I think we're looking at about 11. But the longest piece involved in this chunk, 11. Let's get a smaller chunk, a shorter chunk. Let's take this piece right here. Oh my right, it's kind of short. Let's see how short it is. Some of it stops around 5. The longest pieces get to 7, 8, but that was kind of an odd looking chunky chunk. Let's get a random long piece, shall we? No, what should we pick? We're just gonna go with this. Okay. Round the root, which is kind of hard to find amongst all the fluff. I think it's right here though. Okay, what number are we at? I was like pulling up my hair. 13, we're at 13. Okay, we at 13. I think that's long, right? Have you been to 13 before? I don't know. I need to go back and look at my other videos. I should write this all down somewhere, to be honest. I just pulled a random chunk over here. Sorry, I'm trying to go fast because you know I gotta get dressed and go. But I thought, let me go ahead and film this quick video. Okay, around 13 and a half for the longest piece in that chunk. So we got some 13 and a halves going. Okay, let's try the back, the little kitchen, short area. Where am I at? Longest piece right here. 6 1/4. Oh, use a chunky chunk here. Got 6 1/4 on the left. Let's try the right. Basically right there. 5 1/2. We got some 5 1/2. We got some 6 1/4. All kind of shapes and sizes. So we growing and thriving and all that jazz. So yeah, y'all, we got just one more month of updates. I'll give you guys a 5-month, and then at the 6-month mark, I'll basically be getting my second retouch, and I'll be updating y'all on that. And yeah, if y'all have any questions for me, leave them in the comments below. But I've made quite a few Gina Curl videos at this point, so definitely follow my journey. And if there's anything that I haven't covered, let me know. Still loving my Gina Curl, still loving that I made this decision last year, okay? I haven't looked back since. Although, I will say, that first, what was it, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months? That first 10 months after my first Gina Curl where I just didn't get a retouch, rough. Like, after 4 months, your hair really starts to show out. Like, I know, you know? So like, ideally, if you wanted to keep your hair like in tip-top shape, I would say getting a retouch every 4 months would be better. However, that means you're paying for a Gina Curl retouch 3 times a year, and it's expensive. So I'm gonna stick to the 2 times a year thing, you know? My 4-month isn't bad at all. It's not bad at all. It actually looks great. It looks great fluffy because it helps disguise my new growth. I think that's all I have for you guys. Okay, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.